Hi guys, welcome back. If you like my videos, please like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. If you want to leave a donation, that's more than okay too. We got the 5 goddesses out here for June. I'll put them in order. Let's see, we got 17, 18, it's 8 and 9. We got 26, which is 8. 8, 9, 8. Then we've got 41, which is 5, 8, 9, 8, 5, and 48, which is 12, which is 3, 8, 9, 8, 5, 3. Those numbers could be significant for you. So we've got Great Goddess, Unity, Sacred Unity, Green TERRA, Salvation. No, that light shows up really nice for the cards. Kali, Liberation. I'm not sure I've gotten her before in the pull. Generosity, OSHUN. And Sophia, Divine Wisdom. Okay. Let's go with Great Goddess. Hopefully you guys are keeping yourself busy. Okay, Great Goddess, here we go. Empowerment message. Now is the time to view your world through a reverent and clear lens of unity and connection. The domain of the Great Goddess, the creatrix of all life, the great mother of all. It is time to leave the right and wrong, good and bad, zero-sum game world behind. Enter the space where you can find a sacred ground of sharing with guile. Work from desire that everyone benefits. Look at others as if they are also a reflection of yourself. Take a humble yet grounded approach to your life right now. Be accountable for the energy that you put out into the world and be aware of how you influence your surroundings. The Great Goddess reminds you that you may see yourself as different from others, but you are all one in her presence. Treat others as you would be treated, and miracles abound. This is truly an auspicious time in your life to grow and expand. Your alignment message. Unconscious choices and behaviors may be causing a distortion in your world. Difficult feelings are a part of the journey of self-discovery, and now is not the time to shy away. In order to survive, you may have been conditioned to suppress what makes you uncomfortable. You might have found yourself in a temporarily awkward place with someone and don't know what your next step should be. Be honest, say when you don't know something, and be open to learning. The Great Goddess offers you this alignment task. Make the discomfort, the awkwardness, and the uncomfortable sacred. Think of what would happen if you made what you considered a flaw, a loss, or a failure beautiful, integral, part of the art of your life. Every breath that you take is sacred, every mistake you make is a gift, and every time you learn from a relationship, it is blessed. Bless all parts of you and your life, for you are sacred in the heart of the Great Goddess, who sees only beauty everywhere. All right, that's the first one. Very nice. A lot of throat chakra energy, and then you have the rainbow here. You could be a rainbow warrior too. This message is for you. Next one. Green TERRA, Salvation, number 18. The Divine has intended you into being and given you the assignment to explore life through certain perceived limitations. You are meant to learn about life and its complexities, especially learning about how to be in community with others. Green TERRA, the Tibetan goddess also known as She Who Saves, says that you will never be alone in life's journey. This compassionate savior goddess of intimate friendship will ensure that the right people will show up for you at the right time. Green TERRA reminds you that your needs will always be met. You do not need to know the how, and that is her domain. You just need to trust, and the goddess Green TERRA will use her magic on your behalf. You are safe and secure and always in the care of the divine. Your alignment message. Green TERRA, known as She Who Saves, is here to remind you that the salvation is contingent on your willingness to release your ego, conflicts, and surrender your wants and unmet desires to the divine. So the unsatisfactory energy, okay? Like the lack, the not having enough. Do you find yourself swimming in a nagging spiral of dissatisfaction? Are you comparing yourself to others and always coming up short, or seemingly so? Do you feel entitled to the manifestation of your wants arriving only in the way from that which you will accept? When you are suffering from longing and wanting, you are like a hungry ghost that will never be fed, and blind to the opportunities that are truly yours. Never fear, just as a true friend will let you know when you're off track, Green TERRA will let you know when you're out of alignment. She will save you from the destructive qualities of hubris, entitlement, and elitism, as well as the conscious of lack with the following alignment task. Get right with yourself and the world again. First, know that you are exactly where you need to be right now. And if that means empty for a little while, that is perfect. Instead of looking at what isn't there, bless every tiny aspect of your life with deep gratitude. Green TERRA will show you that the world is your friend. You've only been fighting against yourself. You will then recognize the earth has a place of joy and abundance. All right, that's Green TERRA. Salvation. Obviously, heart chakra, solar plexus energy. A little bit of root chakra in there. That smile that she has. These women are so beautiful. Okay, next, Kali, liberation, number 26. And I don't know if I've gotten this one before. Empowerment message. You're being invited by the Hindu goddess of liberation and revolution, Kali, to address the aspects in your own shadow nature that have held you hostage to old ideas that no longer serve who you want to become. You can no longer define yourself by your victim story and expect to succeed in your life. There is a beauty in liberation that is deep, fierce, and courageous. It rises up from the willingness to break the chains of the past in order to transform into something new. You may be afraid to set boundaries with others, but the goddess Kali has come to lend her daggers for you. You must cut ties with the familiar ideas of life that have determined your place in the world up until now. Have you been holding back on shining in the world because you are afraid of the reprisal or the judgment of others? This helps no one. You must step into life authentic and glowing. Refuse to allow the potential judgment of others to affect you. Every day, claim your power to liberate yourself from caring what others think. Remember, what others think is just an opinion. Doesn't necessarily reflect who you truly are, and doesn't necessarily mean you have to hold on to that as your truth. When you are asking for the wisdom to live and contribute, do no harm and serve for the highest good of all. None of this matters, even if you must tear down what has been built. Kali will help you, whatever you need, to be courageous, even when you are most afraid. Be fierce and be loving and be willing to learn. Life will respond in miraculous ways. Your alignment message. When resentment and anger fester below the surface, the unprocessed emotions simmer until they boil over. It is so easy to project anger, envy, jealousy, hatred, and ancient inherited rage on others when we perceive as a source of our discontent. So when we do that as projection onto others, instead of realizing it's coming from internal source, it causes a lot of chaos, okay? When something triggers these emotions, we can project onto strangers as well as the people closest to us. Nobody wins when so much pain is unleashed in the world. Take heart, for you are not alone. Know that rage and fury must have a place to be expressed, and that you can use this energy to make something extraordinary and find a new way. The fierce liberation goddess Kali offers her daggers to help you cut the ties to stories that you tell about your past once you have expressed and processed them. No matter what your conditions, your alignment task is to find a way to channel this rage, this anger, these feelings into creativity. Make something of it, of yourself, so you do not create destruction because you can't. Be willing to be teachable even if it feels uncomfortable. When you know more, you can do better. Be willing to take full accountability for the energy that you bring into the world. And this includes forgiveness of self too. Callie knows the fierce dark love she brings you will not always be comfortable, and the process of transformation requires rigorous self-honesty. You have what it takes. Now make something meaningful and be someone you're proud of. All right, number 26, liberation. A lot of root chakra, solar plexus, and throat chakra in this one. Gold is very symbolic for sun. For the alchemic symbol, it's like a circle with a dot in the middle. Okay? Another card with a lot of solar plexus energy. We've pretty much got all 4 in a row with solar plexus. So that would be inner child healing, awakening, recognition, accountability, introspection. Okay, OSHUN, generosity, number 41. Empowerment message. There is a universal law that centers your unrestrained generosity and flow. OSHUN, the benevolent Yorubian river goddess, the representation of nourishment, healing, fertility, and prosperity, reminds you that life herself has given you freely and given to you freely. You have been offered air to breathe, water to drink, food to eat, and shelter to sleep in. So it is your task to give freely of yourself, no matter how big or small the act, without expectation of receiving anything in return. The goddess OSHUN encourages you to allow gratitude to permeate everything that you do right now, even the smallest of opportunities and gestures. The very experience of giving and being generous with your heart, time, money, assistance, kindness, and care will provide more value than you can ever imagine. And when you release all attachments to the outcome, you will be surprised to see how the good fortune you have bestowed on others comes back to you tenfold. OSHUN reminds you that this is truth, and it has existed since time began and will continue until the world's very end. Your alignment message. Sometimes you may fall prey to fears about whether you will get what you need, so you worry about money or love and you begin withholding. You might find yourself being only restrictive and beginning to hoard for that proverbial rainy day. Do you know you cut off generous OSHUN's flow of potential when you allow yourself to be convinced there's not enough? Again, that lack mentality. Now, I was talking to somebody recently about this. For those of you that have had nothing from the very beginning, or it would seem to be nothing, that had bare minimum, that have always struggled, that have always, how could you possibly manifest, right? When manifestation occurs, it's the feeling and the embodiment of the energy of feeling like it is already existing in your current timeline, in your reality. And to imagine something you've never had before is going to be a little bit more difficult because you've only witnessed what others have experienced. So it takes a lot of self-belief and a lot of belief in the divine, of trying to manifest something you've never had before. Okay, so I do understand that idea of lack and it being taught and passed down generationally, but it can be broken. That cycle can be broken, okay? The truth is, when you begin to be miserly with your time or affection or gifts, you will see little in return as you begin to notice that it isn't there. In this moment, the goddess OSHUN wants to offer you this alignment task. You can't expect the great goddess to be generous with you if you show her you don't trust in the flow of her generosity. Now is the time to do the opposite of what you fear. When you feel there is not enough money, spend a little to signal your trust in abundance. If you feel unloved, ask who you can love, including yourself, where you can show that you care. Even a kind gesture made to a stranger sends the sign that you trust in the generosity of the world. So be your kind, loving self, okay? Don't wait to get what you want. Give it away to others, that which you do have an abundance of, okay? And you will be amazed at how things turn around. That whole saying, giving the shirt off your back, right? The goddess OSHUN has only your best interests at heart. You'll always be okay. Believe in that. And last but not least, number 48, SOPHIA, Divine Wisdom. These are for June. The Goddess Oracle cards. Okay? Empowerment message. Human wisdom comes from personal experience, but divine wisdom is unknown to our life experience necessarily. When we ask for help, we are asking for guidance from a source greater than us, a great unknowable mystery. When we receive it, it's often life-altering and affects us in ways beyond our comprehension. The Gnostic goddess, Sophia, who brought the material world into being, arrives to show you how fate and destiny operate in relationship to synchronicity. When you least expect it, opportunities and meetings spring up as if out of nowhere. Your life begins to work out, and you sense your alignment with a higher purpose and power. Trust you are divinely protected and directed. Practice the act of faith before results. This is an essential key in co-creating your world. So this is part of manifestation as well, okay? So it's picturing it, embodying it. What would it feel like in your hands? What would the sensation be like? What would it be like to wake up every single morning and not have to worry about bills or money or anything like that? It's just provided. You have to be in the energy for it to come in. So believe, okay? Alignment message. When you are connected or disconnected from your higher power, you begin to believe that you are alone and only the source of abundance in your life. It is wise to commit to a conscious, deliberate, daily connection to a higher power, including yourself. When you forget to do this, you may place too much attention on materialism, work, money, goals, and the like. That's part of the matrix, okay? The goddess Sophia reminds you that this spiritual aspect and the invisible aspect of it, the essence of your desires, that means more than the form. You may be mistaking something false for divine guidance. Right now, it is time to come back into alignment and receive true divine guidance devised from wishful thinking or ego attachments. So this is like the physical 3D and the spiritual aspect of it, okay? Opening to the wisdom of the mystery of the universe is your alignment task right now. Let the goddess Sophia guide you to your magic, because we all have it within us. The most meaningful and beautiful expression of yourself is waiting for you if you haven't already tapped into that. I believe most of you that watch me on my channel, that came across my channel, there is a reason you came across my channel. I focus on healing, and that's what I stick to. That's what I actually appreciate that I've been given as a gift to do, to pass any knowledge or wisdom or just anything in general, okay? And this one has a lot of sacral energy, some solar plexus energy, crown chakra, and heart chakra. All right? Sophia, divine wisdom. Sorry if my face looks shiny. It's the stuff I put on it. It actually helps for moisturizing instead of heavy creams. All right, so those are your goddesses for June. Great Goddess, Sacred Unity.
Everything's ready, baby.
Thank you. Green TERRA, Salvation. Kali, Liberation. Very nice for June. A lot of solar plexus energy. OSHUN, Generosity. Unity, Salvation, Liberation, Generosity, and Divine Wisdom. All of you guys are doing really well, okay? The collective is doing well. It's kind of hard. Old habits die hard of this old way of being, this old matrix. So I believe in you guys. I believe you're doing the right things. And you're trying the best that you can to live in your authentic energy. This June should be really good for a lot of you. If you're struggling right now, you could be basically fighting yourself at this time. So any internal things that are going on is what you're going to manifest and call in. So recognize that when you come up against something that challenges you, that is a form of yourself trying to get you to recognize something. So it's like a lesson, okay? Don't be too hard on yourself. Forgive yourself for mistakes made. If you didn't know better, say, I didn't know better. I know better now. I'm going to try to do better, okay? And that's it. Those are your goddesses for June. If you like these readings, this is illustrated by Jenna Della Grottaglia. Colette Baron Reed. The Goddess Power Oracle Guidebook, okay? Very nice. Thank you, ladies, and thank you guys for coming on my channel. You're more than welcome to donate energetically. Always appreciated, okay? Remember to take care of you. Please do.